The party had been alive for hours. Laughter mixed with the soft hum of voices, the clinking of glasses, and a mellow stream of jazz whispering through the room. I'd spent most of the evening exchanging polite conversation with coworkers and friends, the kind of empty chatter people fall back on when they don't want to appear impolite. My wife, Sarah, had been the center of attention all night, glowing, confident and charming as she floated from one circle of guests to another. She laughed easily, her joy so polished it almost felt rehearsed. I watched her from across the room, pride and unease battling quietly inside me. She looked breathtaking, but something about her light felt borrowed, as if it wasn't meant for me anymore. As midnight crept closer, the energy in the room began to fade. The earlier excitement softened into tired laughter and lazy conversation. People hovered near the bar, exchanging last goodbyes and finishing their drinks. I stood by the counter, swirling the last of my scotch, trying to ignore the tightness building in my chest, tension I had refused to acknowledge all evening. Sarah approached me with a drink in her hand, her smile bright and deliberate, her eyes gleaming with a spark I couldn't place. "Ready for the big news?" she asked, her voice laced with playful confidence. I frowned, caught off guard. "What news?" She glanced around, checking that a few people nearby were watching, then straightened her shoulders like a performer stepping onto stage. "I have something to tell everyone," she announced. A chill spread through me. This wasn't private. Conversations hushed. The clatter of glasses stopped. Even the music seemed to dim as people turned toward her, sensing drama in the air. My pulse quickened. "I think it's time you all knew," she said smoothly, her tone calm. Too calm. "I'm leaving him." The room froze. A stunned silence swallowed the air. Forks hovered midair. Eyes darted between us in disbelief. "Leaving? Who?" I managed to whisper, though my throat felt dry. Her lips curved into a faint, victorious smile. "You, of course." The words hit me like a physical blow. Around us, the air filled with gasps and murmurs. Faces that had smiled at me moments before now stared as though I had stepped into a tragedy. "Sarah, wait," I began, but she cut me off, stepping closer. Her heels clicked sharply against the wooden floor, each sound slicing through the quiet. "I can't do this anymore," she said, her tone precise, almost practiced. "I've tried to make it work, but I can't keep living like this. I've met someone else, and I can't pretend I don't care about him." A heavy silence followed. The crowd's expressions were a mix of shock, pity, and morbid curiosity. My humiliation wasn't private anymore. It was now a public spectacle. I felt anger rising, burning beneath my skin. But deeper than that came an unexpected calm, a cold, focused clarity. Sarah expected me to break down, to plead, to give her the dramatic reaction she wanted. But I didn't. I met her gaze, my voice low but steady. "You chose to do this now? In front of everyone?" Her smile didn't waver. "Why not? We both know things haven't been right for a long time. This is honest." "I'm done pretending." I swallowed hard, every recent memory flashing through my mind. Her late nights, the guarded phone calls, the distant smiles I'd tried to explain away. Now all of it made perfect sense. And she'd chosen this moment in front of everyone to shatter me. The eyes of friends, coworkers, and neighbors pierced through me. I knew then that I had a choice, to crumble as she expected or to walk away with what little dignity I had left. I straightened, forcing the tremor from my voice. "If that's what you want," I said quietly, "then I won't stop you. But remember, everyone here now sees you for who you truly are, not the mask you wear." For the first time, her smile flickered. A flicker of doubt crossed her eyes. The control she thought she held began to slip away. The murmurs around her shifted, from fascination to judgment. I turned and walked past her, through the stunned crowd, through the doorway, and into the cool night air. The door shut behind me with a final satisfying click. Outside, the air was crisp and clear. I filled my lungs and exhaled, feeling a strange mix of pain and liberation. Inside, Sarah still stood frozen among her guests, but the scene she had staged had turned against her. The whispers grew louder, the admiration replaced by disbelief. As I walked down the empty street, the world felt sharper, more vivid. Yes, I'd been blindsided, humiliated, but I hadn't lost myself. I hadn't given her the performance she wanted, and that, somehow, felt like victory. No public betrayal could strip away what I still had: self-respect and the strength to start again. The next morning, my phone buzzed non-stop. Messages, calls, concerned texts from friends, sympathy, awkward silence, confusion. I didn't reply right away. I just sat quietly, replaying everything, and through the ache I felt something unexpected, a quiet sense of peace. Not revenge, not satisfaction, but the reassurance that I had stayed true to myself when it mattered most. Sarah's big announcement had shocked everyone. Yes, but it had also revealed her truth. Not mine. For the first time in months, I felt a flicker of real hope. Hope for healing, hope for peace, hope that one day I'd find someone who would love me without deceit, without spectacle, and without betrayal. The party was over. The guests would go home. But for me, that night marked the beginning of something new, the first night of freedom.